greatest moments WWE on A&E. So and plus, setting up WFSO one up as well. Let's do newsfeed and save that. Yep, that's good. Well, let's see what's the number one moment. Then we will be talking. Oh yeah, them fighting in the supermarket. And the story behind this one is like nobody didn't know what was going on. It's like WWE didn't tell anybody or anything like that. They were just, going with the flow and just people. Attacked the wrong guy. They didn't know. Like so after all that, I think it was what Vince McMahon that came up and said like we'll pay for all the damages. Ooh, you're gonna try to lock it. Oh yeah, he came from the other way. That's funny. Hey, server, server. That is a. Oh, $10,000 worth of damage. That's how much it was. Man, I thought it was less than that. Oh god, that's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. It really is. That had to. I agree that they said the best moment for SmackDown. I agree with them. That was pretty good. Hey, I wish I was Shaq. What are you talking about? Well, anyways, what we're gonna talk about today is we're gonna talk about hey, what's up, Slushy? I believe it is. Hey, Amanda. Um, we're gonna talk about the results of WWE Elimination Chamber. So most of today, well, might as well say most of tonight is gonna be mainly just talk about wrestling and probably talk about how Captain America is doing, but otherwise just gonna be mostly about wrestling than anything else. So yeah, let me get the pre-recorded, set it, and well, you guys can watch it live. Then there's people that's probably be out there probably get to watch this pre-recorded. So yeah, so most likely it's gonna be about wrestling, and just a little bit, a little bit of comic book TV and movie news. Not nothing, not Bucks related, not developments that's going on. Already done that. Oh, thanks for the sub and thanks for the like. I appreciate it, Amanda. So we're gonna get started in four. Let's see, three, two, one. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WFSO Aftermath. As I was talking with the live people that's on live, well, watching live, I should say, that we're gonna talk about the results of Elimination Chamber, and I know some of y'all probably been waiting for me to say this for a long time, and especially like as a Cena fan, I know y'all want to hear my reaction. So we're gonna get to that, and we're gonna talk about the matches that happened and all that. A little bit more wrestling stuff. They already released like 12 dates of where they're gonna
He
be
got
at.
sunstroke. That bald spot on his head, there's something hitting that in Hollywood. Made him go stupid.
The wife said that, not me. uh, so we're gonna talk about some of those dates for that they're gonna have, including when they're gonna next have it in Green Bay. So it was announced Friday by let's see. Yeah, it was announced Friday morning by Shane Helms. Hey, what's up, Mario? So announced by the 12 dates. Then later on, WWE just talk about no, they did another surprise of saying that they're gonna be going back to Australia this year. So I know they gotta be happy about that. And also the planning I'm seeing like where they're gonna like be at next. So for the guys that's gonna watch a pre-record, they'll get to see the whole thing. So after this, and probably like after maybe 30 minutes after this is done, see the pre-recorded episode so you can see the whole thing. So it'll be cool, you fast forward some parts and just to see what I'm talking about. So first off, yeah, I know the turn, well, not the heel turn of the century, but it's might as well say the heel turn of the decade so far. Of course, John Cena attacks Cody Rhodes and aligned himself with The Rock and Travis Scott. I think people was like confused as like why Travis Scott was out there. So we'll probably get to that in a bit. But let's look at the results first. Okay, the women's elimination chamber, of course, they always put it first. I don't get why, and it could have been, I don't know, but I just think if they're gonna do that first, they could have put the other tag match we'll talk about in a minute at the semi main event or something. So you had like four matches, and you had like over 3.5 hours of show, and it's one of those things that just didn't make any sense. But y'all know how I am with typical with WWE with the quality of matches and not focus on although they not focus on the quantity of matches but like quality. But can we have both?
No,
Quality and quantity?
no.
Yeah, apparently not. But I guess for like Elimination Chamber, somewhat like did make sense because the match is gonna take like at least close to an hour or over an hour. So it was close to the hour with the women's, and it was like over an hour for the men. So you probably get what I'm saying. Okay. It was gonna start out with Liv Morgan and Naomi the fight, and y'all know the routine. Like every what was it 5 minutes, somebody else comes out. So
I have nothing. Leave me be.
so when they was about to get started, out of nowhere, wait, oh, okay, hold on, let me see. As someone who haven't watched WWE since 2001, why is everyone frenzy over John Cena smacking Cody Rhodes' oh, Dusty Rhodes' grandson? So we're gonna talk about that in a bit. So just hang on with that. So I will talk about that, and like I said, I will give my reaction to this. Let's just get to these matches first. Like I said, out of nowhere, you have yeah, no
No.
problem. But you have Jay Cargill out of nowhere just coming out. You heard theme song hit, then you saw her coming like through the chambers. Like I guess some people thought she was going to attack Liv Morgan, but some of us was thinking like, what was like attack Bianca or Naomi? But as y'all saw, she ended up attacking Naomi or really aggressive, which something that we haven't seen out of Jay Cargill. Not even that in that much aggression. And when she was in AEW, I don't think anybody saw that much aggression out of her. So no, attack Naomi and think she like ran her head to the chamber door, and just like that, she was out and she couldn't compete. But I guess someone was thinking like they could have had a replacement for her, or they thinking maybe Jay Cargill may take her place, but I don't think that would be right. So that'll probably be like a good feud. But I think it's gonna build up to like more things. So just stay tuned for that. So we'll be watching this. Ooh, will I be watching this Friday SmackDown? I might be gone, but maybe like a Royal Rumble style situation. Yeah, somewhat like that, with the women, with the Elimination Chamber. Whoever wins gets to face the world champion, which was Rhea Ripley. But I know they got a match tomorrow. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky got a match tomorrow night on Raw. So my pick was Roxanne Perez to win it because she has nothing to lose. But yeah, she ended up getting beat. I think she got beat by Alexa Bliss, I believe. So oh, okay. Just making sure. Okay. So of course, the winner Bianca Belair had won the whole thing, and Liv and her end up being the final two, and yeah, end up beating her, and like it got my picks like all through hell. Because I was thinking that, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna talk later, because I think I know what's going on.
All I asked, I had cramp in my leg.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all I ever do is do that. Will you do anything for me? Like, and then it's like, then it's listing off. Oh, I did this on this day, this on that day, rubbed your arm on that day, rubbed your arm on that day. So I didn't realize we were fucking towers.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, Bianca Belair, although she was like, well, she was focused on the match, but a little bit off focus because what happened to Naomi. So I guess we'll see what happened this Friday. And Bianca Belair ends up winning it and I'm going to go against Rhea Ripley. So I think this will be the first time that these two face in the main brand. I think they faced in NXT before. I'm not sure. But they never faced in the main brand. So, we will see. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah, they got a little bit of video of what happened with Jay Cargill attacking Naomi. And, either Rhea or Io Sky would face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. So we'll see about that. Bailey did have a good swing. So, yeah. Oh, is NXT part of WWE? Yes, it is. It is part of WWE. It's like their brand, to get people like used to you know, get their rookies and stuff out there, like down there, before they call them up to the main roster. So NXT is like a development thing. Does ECW still exist? No. Every now and then, I know TNA used to do like hardcore justice, like represent like ECW and do like hardcore matches, but yeah, I don't know if they haven't done it last year, so I don't know if they're going to end up doing it this year. But NXT did a little bit of tribute to ECW. What was it? This past month, I believe. It's either like I think it was somewhere around a few months ago. They did a ECW tribute, and they had some special guests. They had Bubba Ray Dudley. They had Rhino. It was a few others. I can't even think of like who else it was. Yeah, because it was like a few months ago. So yeah, anyways, crazy in it. Oh yeah, Sandman was the best. It just sucks, Vince didn't treat him like who he's supposed to be in WWE when they had him on ECW, but yeah, just insane. The match that could have should have been the semi-main event was Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus go against Nia Jackson, Candice LeRae. Although uh, Tiffany and Trish did win the match. Um, it ended kind of quickly, so I was I was kind of like puzzled that they kind of ended the match kind of quickly. It seems like it was like a 10 to 15 minute match.
It was a good match though.
No, it was a good match. Yeah, no kidding. But I just think it just ended a little bit too quick. Like they could have gone on a little bit longer, but that was just me. So Trish was saying this is the first time her kids get to see her wrestle, so that's a good thing for them. And a good match all around. And yeah, this bad boy match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in a non-sanctioned match. Um, like this is probably the only second like match I got right. That one and the women's tag team match. But it was looked like it was very close. It was going to be Sami Zayn that was going to be winning. But oh, what's a non-sanctioned match mean? It's mainly like anything goes, but they really don't count whoever wins or lost onto their books. So it's like anything goes. That's mainly what it is. So they had our as you guys in the pre-recorded episode watching it, you can see like the barbed wire chair that was brought into the ring. Yeah, Sami Zayn was like beating the hell out of Kevin Owens with it. And it was just like back and forth, and yeah, it was just crazy. Um, it looked like Sami Zayn was about to do a move that was gonna like not like maybe like injure Kevin Owens, but maybe like take him out, but didn't get to that point. Like I said, it was a back and forth match and it was interesting. But yeah, Kevin Owens did end up winning. I think he ended up doing like some power bombs, and I think did he? I think they stopped the match, I believe. Or no. Kevin Owens pinned him. Sorry, Kevin Owens did pin him 1, 2, 3. Uh, but after that, start beating up Zambi Zayn after the match, and Randy Orton came back, get his revenge for what Kevin Owens did to him a few months ago. So most likely it looks like, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton gonna go face each other at WrestleMania. So not the prediction that I wanted, but I get it. Randy Orton wants his revenge on him. So that makes sense. But I just thought, if y'all saw my WFSO preview video on Friday, that it would be good, to keep like the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens feud going because Sami can win the big one at WrestleMania, and that'd be like good for him if they fight again. So most likely they look like they're gonna push uh Orton and Kevin Owens to fight at WrestleMania. Okay, yeah, and it looked like he was gonna do the punt on Kevin Owens, but security stopped him. Then Orton kept on RKOing some of the security, and yeah, that was that. And yes, we get to the main event match, I should say. Um, my pick for this elimination chamber match for the men's, of course, the winner just get to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. But my pick was Drew McIntyre, and I was all wrong. And I think Drew McIntyre got eliminated. Was I think he got eliminated first?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did get eliminated first. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Drew McIntyre got eliminated first, and you thought he was going to end up, just beating people up and like leaving and stuff like that. He just straight up left and just got upset. Um, then I think was sadly it was Damian Priest got eliminated next. Then let's see. Then okay, after that, yeah, I think it was Logan Paul was after that got eliminated. Then it ended up being, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and John Cena. Which CM Punk and Seth Rollins, they suspect each other ever since that rivalry and since like Punk's return in 2023. Yeah, it was just crazy ever since. And oh my God, it's like who would have thought, bro? But yeah, here it is. Like let's see, let's see if I can read on here that yeah, it was a Cena and Punk did like a partnership hitting the heart attack on Seth Rollins and the might as well say a homage to Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart when they were the Hart Foundation. So that was their finishing move. And the thing is, Rollins got so wrapped up and try to go and like get Punk. Yeah, and like yeah, Punk hit him with a GTS, and Cena hit him with an attitude adjustment and eliminated. Punk ended up pinning Seth Rollins with a 1, 2, 3, and it came down to Punk and Cena. So my thing was I didn't think Cena was gonna win this. I'm thinking like he's probably gonna have to wait. Maybe he'll win it, some other time or get like another match or have like a feud with somebody. But it didn't happen. And although Seth Rollins was so furious, he ended up, doing the stomp on CM Punk and John Cena took out the 2D and did the STF. And Punk didn't tap out, he passed out. So that's mainly what that was. He just passed out and they, called a match and Cena did win. Then, afterwards when the cage was up, they celebrated. Cody Rhodes came out, shake Cena's hand and, congratulated him and, okay, them two for WrestleMania. So kind of odd, but like, I guess part of me was just still like, why they decided to go with this match. But then again, The Rock came out, but he came out with no other than, I can't believe Travis Scott. Yeah. And I think it was like crazy, like him being out there with The Rock. I'm like, you know what? Something ain't right. So
He ain't been right since he's been with the Kardashians.
so what happened was, I'm sorry. Rock came out and talked to Cody and saying like, do you accept his offer or you don't? So something you will never hear on a WWE PLE. Cody straight up said, "Go f yourself," and we was like all like, "What?" They said on they said on the PLE. It's like,
That
wow,
shocked us all the Cena turned it.
yeah. It's like still shocking, like you get the part, when MVP was saying that's BS, but said the whole thing on national TV because they probably can get away to saying the S word once on TV. So that's but before I go on to what happened after Cody says no, the crazy things people say, you got people that they missing the attitude era or they hate the PG era or wherever the case may be. But there's still some things, especially in today's standards of TV, they gotten away with a lot of stuff that y'all just don't realize and can still be PG. So as PG is parental guidance. So I don't think they look it up. They just think, it means for like, family movies. That's rated G. That's for family and stuff. Well, like I said, PG is for family too, but they just can get away with a little bit of edge on that, which I don't think people notice that when it comes to when they rate TV ratings and movie ratings. So anyways, of course, John Cena was happy that Cody said no, shake hands, embrace. And John Cena was looking at The Rock, and The Rock was just like,
Finished it.
yeah, finish him. So kind of like shook Cody's hand, Rumble time. Then John Cena just kicked him in the nuts, and they start beating him. And ASAP Rock, sorry, Travis Scott. And you had The Rock, whooping him with the belt. You got they showed like a moment, but I don't think y'all see it. But they did like another video that from another fan point of view that Travis Scott actually hit Cody in his eyes. And yeah, I know there's some places you wasn't supposed to like really, you can pretend like I think he hit him with a real closed fist, but normally they don't do like fully closed fists. But yeah, he really popping one for Cody. And some people were shocked, and some people were upset. And I know some people are just like, you know what, we was waiting for this for a long time, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of people saying this and saying that, and they just not sure like what they wanted to happen. So after that, yeah, after that, they after they beat him up, so the thing was, they all left the ring, and some were, help him out. And Michael Cole, he's been great as of late, on commentary. So like the best that he has done, and I'm glad you have Triple H, letting those commentators, just to be themselves instead of be like straight up, just on the commentary like Vince always wanted people to. But anyways, that happened. It ended with they helping up Cody Rhodes and walking him out the and and that was it. Um I know y'all are waiting for me to say my reaction and my opinion about John Cena turning heel. And also as a Cena fan, you know, I was supporting this guy since day one. Wherever he was like face in the beginning for the few months, then went heel for like I think for like over a year. Then turned been face ever since until this moment. I do have a lot to say, but I am gonna say it. But y'all wasn't sure about this man in 2002. Then y'all wasn't sure until he had the basic of anonymous character. Y'all was all for it, and when he was face, and it was still doing good. And also when he won the championship, like still same thing until Vince McMahon wanted him. I don't care what anybody said. Like Cena was like, if y'all gonna change like the rating, then I gotta change too. So just to make it be fair, which he really didn't have to do, because there were still some things you can say that you can get away with when it like moves to PG. So they blame Cena for the PG era, and that's not the case. If y'all was looking at the stuff from the 80s and early 90s with like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that, y'all kind of forgot that it was like that before Vince McMahon had to change to the Attitude Era. And I've been defending Cena for this whole time, ever since people turned on him. And that, oh, we got sick of him, he's holding the title and stuff. But I think the difference between everybody saying it back then to when Hogan was holding it for like years and years, nobody didn't have internet, or nobody didn't have social media or anything like that to whine and complain about it. But for so much, some of you guys boo this man to the moon. And although Vince McMahon was still having him being Excuse me. Oh, that movie won Best Picture, and okay, that's different. So that actually is pretty good because like I didn't see the movie, but I saw like some of the clips of it, so that should be interesting. But anyways, get to what I was gonna say. You guys, I'm not gonna say all of you. I'm gonna say some of you guys booed this man to the moon all the way through when he started, doing like movies and TV shows and stuff. Then kind of calmed down. He was gone for a while. Then suddenly, come back from time to time, and y'all like started to cheer this man from the moon. I'm thinking like, what the like? What's wrong with y'all people? Y'all saying this and that, and then y'all change your mind. Y'all want to cheer him now? It's like whatever. Well, especially he was on a little bit of a losing streak. Y'all still was cheering him because he was putting people over, which he has done in his career. And the thing, from saying, the last time he's going to retire after the end of the year this year, and plus, had the Royal Rumble. He was close. He got eliminated last by Jey Uso. So and I guess somebody said you should have picked up the heel turn when he was saying like, oh yeah, I'm entering myself in Elimination Chamber, and the Triple H was like, okay, go ahead, like you've been the top guy for years, so why not? So yeah, it happened. Elimination Chamber happened, and the turn happened. So my thoughts are that in my like part of me says it's too little, too late. Part of me gets why now, but because it's like if you're gonna do it, now is the best time as anything. And plus, it's kind of the same thing, like with The Rock, whatever. People turn on him for like going to Hollywood and stuff like that. Then now these guys like cheer him to the moon, and now he's like the part of the board of directors at TKO and all this stuff. And believe me, I was one of those people that at the time was a big Rock fan, then hated him for like when he came back from time to time, for that feud with Cena and all that other stuff. So with him defending the title for like for three straight, winning the title at the Royal Rumble, then end up defending it in Elimination Chamber, then going to WrestleMania to fight John Cena for it, then lost it to John Cena. After that, I gained back respect for The Rock, and I still do to this day.
Cena's supposed to be debuting new clothes and new entrance music tomorrow.
Oh, so he is going to be at Raw.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. So I didn't know he. Okay, so I guess like shooting movies and trying to make like appearances and stuff like that. So I guess why not? Um, I guess the question is like why now? But I was like, you might as well do it now. Why? He's still up there. They kind of did it with Hogan. When the fans were booing him and stuff like that. They got sick of it. Then they liking him. I guess they want every. It's like some fans want everybody to do like a heel turn and stuff like that. You know what? This is a funny thing they mentioned. You know what? Rey Mysterio should be next. Like, no, no. There's just certain people that should not even turn heel, and there's some heels that should never be. Well, for some people, some heels should never be babyface, but it depends. How you do it. And I know, the Miz been, a heel his whole most of his career and been face at sometimes, and I think it's the company's fault, for not pushing him better as a face, but that's just me. But anyways, I'm still got respect for John Cena because he's done it all and still like tribute to the business as much as he can, and also he wants to have that record that we have the 17-time world champion in the WWE books. But I guess I'm kind of like upset that some people, it finally happened, yay. It's like, okay, y'all gonna respect him more now because he finally turned heel? It just doesn't make sense in that part. And some people claim, they liked them as based stuff now, then they start hating them and all that stuff. From there, it's like, then what would you a fan in the first place?
My thing is I'm glad he's gone heel in the sense that he should have had a heel run. Do I think it's too late for his heel run? Yes.
Yes,
Am I glad that he's having one? Yes. But it's like everything about the timing is wrong. But then there's a part of me understands it because Vince would never let him do the heel run.
right,
And that's what I think a lot of it comes down to is that we know there was some discord when people said, when there was that right time for him to be heel.
mm-hmm,
Because let's be honest, there was that time where if he had turned when everybody really was booing him,
right,
then it would have made sense.
right,
But Vince was so much into his golden boy that he wouldn't allow that heel turn. And I think that's where Vince didn't know the business that well because Cena as a heel turn would have made him money,
oh yeah,
you know? So I think now that Vince is out of the picture, Cena's probably said to Triple H, look, please just let me get my heel turn in. And there it's yes, it's better late than never. But as I say, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Vince is no longer at the reins as to why he's finally able to do this. And I hope he pulls it off good. I really do. Because, there could be that change where it's like, you know what, this didn't work.
right,
Where, you know what, it's not believable. You know what I mean?
right.
So I hope he does pull it off. And if he does pull it off, I won't say anything more about his bomb spot.
Which Drew did that on Friday.
But as I say, I think a lot of it had to do with, Vince being in charge and Vince not wanting his golden boy to turn.
Right.
And I think, as we said, there were so many people who would have been fans of Bad Cena that merchandise sales would have still been up. Fans would have been attending because it'd be like, what the heck? Cena's here.
Right.
So just my views.
But Vince McMahon, he was all about the money. So,
Right.
and now this new regime is like all about the people. Well, they're still all about the money, but they also really about the people
Yeah.
too. So that's the one thing I like about this new regime. Like you can have both. Like make money and also have people come to shows, like it, and give you the feedback, and they come some more. So one of the reasons why WWE is kind of like so popular now, that's because of one thing, and I'm gonna say the grace of God that the pandemic did hurt them, but it helped them at the same time because people they started missing going to live shows and stuff like that, and then they just start showing up. So, and I think they learned that that you don't know what you got until it's gone. That's probably what some. I think that was like some fans started to realize they don't know what they got till it's gone. But my feelings about it, half of me, like, I am just saying it from the heart, and I listened to my wife, and she said I should say it from the heart. I'm maybe like 20% upset that it happened, and I'm also upset that they decided to do it now when they could have did it, earlier on, or they could have did it like much later. Like they could have him, okay, not winning the WWE Championship, whatever, turn at WrestleMania. I think turning at WrestleMania would have been more better than with Chamber.
I don't think it would have been better any place that he turned. To be honest with you, I think him and Cody facing each other. one as heel, one as face at WrestleMania is a good idea. I think if he had turned last year when he announced his retirement tour
Uh huh.
to begin with, like this time last year, I think it would have been good because it would have been like almost a 2-year run.
Right. Yeah. But I'm still gonna stick with they should have did that at WrestleMania. I'm just sticking with that. But that's just how I feel. Like I said, I 20% don't like it, but knowing the business, you understand it and you get it. But you know, maybe that 20% will go down to zero just to see how all
See how it
this.
goes.
Yeah,
Just
see
play
how
it
it
by
goes.
ear.
Yeah, yeah. Just like right now, I'm just like 20% upset about it, but I'm not like full mad about it. Like we were just saying, like we'll just see how it goes, and maybe he'll go back to some of the basic ergonomics. That would be something, or it becomes like a Hollywood scene or something like that. While some of these people predicting, I don't think you can do that with too many people. Like make them go like Hollywood and act all that. Like you got The Rock doing it. You have Hogan did it back then, and you got the Miz that's doing it still to this day. Do you need more of that though? Oh, like I said, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And let's rate this and grade the Elimination Chamber. Um, I will give Elimination Chamber. Only reason I would give it an A minus because they could have fit one more match in here if they wanted to.
I agree.
Yeah, so like I said, I graded an A minus because they could have fit one more match. Anything else, even if I was wrong about my predictions or not, I'm just saying, you would like to see at least more matches, like to get more interesting. Like you had like 4 matches and you had like a 20-minute segment about, Cody's decision and stuff like that. Which, did anybody, call this out like Cena was gonna turn? I don't care what anybody said. Nobody didn't predict that. They can say online, say like, okay, this may happen. Sorry, nobody didn't predict this. Like they can say that all they want, and they can see like, you see what I said right here on Facebook. I told y'all.
I don't see how anybody could have predicted what was going to happen.
Right.
I think
Nobody.
we all thought that if anybody was going to face Cena as a heel in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been Cody as a heel,
Right.
not the other way.
Right. So I don't care what anybody said. Nobody couldn't predict what happened in Elimination Chamber at the end. They couldn't. They can assume when The Rock came in the ring, but they ain't gonna say like days or weeks or years before that is gonna happen. You can't. But okay, rating it, I would rate this a 9 out of 10 because it's the same thing. They could have added another match. That's just the only problem with their PLEs. They could have added an extra match. Well, except for NXT PLEs, but with the main WWE PLEs, they can always add an extra match. Probably the only good like PLEs they had, a 2-night WrestleMania event, and they're gonna start with a 2-night SummerSlam this coming year, and it's just better that way, to do like you can do your big 4 like 2 days events or whatever, or if you decide to do it with the Royal Rumble, that's fine too, or they already they got talks about maybe possibly having it at Money in the Bank, making a 2-day event, which is a possibility. So why not? Um, but yeah, like I said, I graded an A minus, and I rated a 9 out of 10. So that's that. But the next time it'll be WrestleMania, so they got like a long 7 weeks away from that. So I got a feeling, maybe a WWE Championship match may happen in between that before, WrestleMania, because they need to fill out the 30-day period, Cody defend the title or whatnot. So I don't think they're gonna do like a leeway and stuff like that. It just don't make sense. But then again, it's WWE. They might just do it anyway. But we'll just wait and see. And if he is gonna be at Raw, I will do a live reaction video on Raw, so y'all can probably just see how I feel and stuff, like how's it going and stuff like that. Since you heard from my wife that he's supposed to be at Raw tomorrow, so we'll see. I think it probably would be a little bit better if he was like going to SmackDown this coming Friday, but
And I'm just going with what the reports are saying. Whether it's true or not is a different thing, but that's what people are saying right now.
okay, if we hear like otherwise, we're probably just gonna do it like a Raw live video wherever, like a watch party. So we're gonna do that and just see, how it goes. We also will do it on Twitch as well. So yeah. Um, well, different subject. We're still gonna talk about wrestling, but it's gonna be like a different subject. So earlier Friday, they announced like when the next 12 shows is gonna, go on with like Raw and SmackDown on WWE. They mentioned, okay, let me move this camera. And I hate when those arrows don't even show up. Anyways, like as you see, I gotta say events near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And of course you got the Chicago one on like a month from now. And you got Green Bay hosting Raw on June 16th. And normally they do some things, but as of late, they didn't have like a Green Bay show, then suddenly they follow up with like a Milwaukee show or something like that. But that's gonna be impossible because Monday, June 16th will be Raw. Then 5 days later it's gonna be in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I have this theory because those were two of the 12 dates that they announced. So March and April is already full, but you got half of May and part of June already set up. Like you see with so like sometime early May. So I think it's gonna be what, like second, like fourth. Yeah, so like May 2nd, they're gonna have a SmackDown. We don't know where, so they didn't announce that yet. So just stay tuned for that. But they end up making like a lot of Raws, like May 12th for Louisville, then May 5th, Omaha, Nebraska. Then you got May 16th, you got Greensboro, North Carolina for SmackDown. Then you got for Raw, Greenville, South Carolina. Then May 23rd, you got Savannah, Georgia. But they didn't have what's going to be for Raw for, I think that'll be May 26th. Don't have a date for that yet. But May, you got Knoxville, Tennessee. So maybe there'll be, Atlanta again for that May. So that's a possibility. And you see they got like quarter of June's shows with got like Monday Night Raw and June 2nd, then you got just Kentucky for SmackDown on the 13th. Then okay, you know what? The theory I had will not work. Yeah, just looking at that, the theory I had would not work. So I was thinking, the weekend before, they go to Green Bay, they may have, Money in the Bank or something here. So which is possibility, if they decide, they want to do because they still didn't schedule where they're gonna have like backlash at or wherever May pay-per-view they're gonna have. That's not scheduled yet. So just between, here they may have, backlash at some point in this area, which could be, because I don't see them having it anytime but maybe because y'all can see they got SmackDown set in May, but at least three of them. So maybe they'll have maybe around this time, like early May, they may end up having a PLE on you know if they don't have a PLE, it's probably going to end up being they having Saturday night main event. It was mentioned that they were going to have it in May, but they didn't say where they're going to have Saturday night's main event. Um, but like I said, I thought June would be a better fit for for them to end up having Money in the Bank, because they could have had it around this time. But then again, like we said, they got the 16th in Green Bay, and they got the 13th in Lexington, Kentucky. So that's not going to work. So most likely, if we end up having having Money in the Bank, it seems like it's going to be more in that July 4th weekend. So yeah, so the theory I had is not going to work. But so it's most likely we probably gonna end up having Money in the Bank in July again. So a pay per view in June, we don't know where it's gonna be, because like I said, all the dates haven't been like filled out yet. Like I said, Backlash normally would be in May, and let me show you like some notes I had. So what I'm gonna do is, like, I did change this in here. So I said maybe they had Backlash in Mexico, and they had King and Queen of the Ring. But after that, they said they're only going to have like one Saudi Arabia event, and that would be Crown Jewel, which would makes the most sense. Um, so so I'm gonna take like this Money in the Bank out of June. So that's what I thought at first, but the theory I had will not work. So we know most likely like Money in the Bank will be July, but we have a feeling that it's gonna be in Milwaukee, but we just don't know when in July. Because if y'all can see, they have June halfway set, but they don't have July set up. So I'm thinking they probably gonna have Money in the Bank the July 4th weekend. So that would be huge. Although here in Milwaukee we have other stuff going on. Maybe I think the Brewers are off that weekend. Yeah, I double checked that. So the Brewers will be on the road that weekend. But we have this big music event called Summerfest. That, and between that July 4th weekend, that will be the final weekend of Summerfest. So, hey, it could be huge. So, had Summerfest going on, then had like a WWE like big event going on, like possibly have a SmackDown, Money in the Bank, then maybe they have kind of like what they did with Toronto last year. They had SmackDown on that Friday, then Saturday they had Money in the Bank, then Sunday they had the NXT event. So all three events could be possible. They could do that with here in Milwaukee, like have their SmackDown, then have the Money in the Bank pay per view. Well, PLE, I'm sorry. Then have NXT. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a busy July. So most likely it's gonna be like that July 4th weekend. So I thought it was gonna be maybe mid June, like with the clash, with Green Bay and stuff like that. But after seeing like the full schedule for once, that's not gonna happen. So most likely, the Money Bank pay per view will be in July. Um, sorry, yeah, it's just itchy there. So why not? Because it would make sense, because you have like the July 4th weekend for the Money in the Bank PLE, and then you have SummerSlam in New Jersey, like a month later. So it makes the most sense. So I hope some of you people that are friends of mine that's watching in in Milwaukee area, like I'm gonna repeat it again. Probably will put it again, on the thing. So most likely it probably will be like a July 4th weekend. So it'll be insane. And the hotels are already kind of pricey, but I got mine reserved for that day, so we will see. Um, so there's probably like a few of them I gotta cancel because from looking at these predictions, that's not gonna happen. Um, but anyways, like I said, most likely, like I said, July 4th weekend for Money in the Bank. So that's my prediction on that, and we'll see if I'm right. Um, like I said, if you're looking at the schedule, like with Pfizer Forum, I had looked at it, that weekend, 14, 15, 16. There's maybe nothing there, but then again, if the Bucks make it to the NBA Finals, they will occupy these 2 weeks. So like all the way through June, like the first 2 weeks of June, it'll probably be like all that. So it kind of makes sense for them not to have it, in June. So it makes sense. That's if the Bucks, make it to the finals. Hopefully they do. Um, so brings me to July. Of course, it'd be huge. They have Friday, July 4th, for SmackDown, then July 5th for Money in the Bank, then NXT event in July 6th. So, the mayor did, hey, Jazz Girl. So it seems like, they brought up some like big news on, you know, the mayor said, it's going to be like a big thing between, them and WWE. So, and plus, I did try to talk to people who would visit Milwaukee. Most likely, they put a bid on it in the fall, and nobody hasn't, they haven't mentioned anything about anybody outbidding them for Money in the Bank. So I think, Milwaukee actually got it. So yeah, it'll be fun, July 4th weekend. So, because I know half of people don't celebrate Independence Day because, what's going on and things like that. And plus, all the stuff that you heard from like the past with Independence Day and stuff like that. So, some of us don't celebrate it, but you get it. But it's just one of those things you just don't celebrate because it's like, but some people probably still celebrate, like excuse them, like go barbecuing on a grill at a park or something, just to represent America. Like I said, I get it, but I'm probably like one of those many people that don't really, celebrate it. So yeah, I did hit my goal this past Friday. So yeah, I did. I really did. Like I said, thank you. Yeah, the Nintendo hat. Uh, I think either that or my wife bought it for me. I had this hat for like a very long time now. I think it had to been 2019 maybe. I think because I did have the shirt to match too. I did have that. Um, but anyways, so I don't know if I want to. So probably what I'm gonna do is so I think it ain't gonna be no two pay-per-views in a month. So let me see. An unnamed pay-per-view. Let me just wipe that off because I think they probably will have backlash sometime like maybe early May, and people was here earlier, so I think they just wanted to hear what I had to say about Cena, so and they just left. Um, but there's still some people on other channels like on Twitch, so there's still people on there. Oops, that's not what I meant. So let's see for NXT. Let's just say like I said, Battleground. We're probably they probably will have that in June. So wherever that is, or they're gonna change it to a different name. then no, I'm going to change this, and maybe they will do Heat Wave in July for Milwaukee. So that's a possibility. Um, so we hang on to that, and NXT hasn't been here in Milwaukee since 2020. That was early 2022. So yeah, because they was supposed to bound to have a show when Chicago had Survivor Series. I think it was like 2019. Then they was gonna have NXT show before Survivor Series, and they decided to cancel it because they think it was going to interfere with them hosting SmackDown in Chicago too. So sucks, but what can you do? Um, like I said, you got the NXT special events. Like New Year's Evil that was in LA. That's done. Then they got next Tuesday with Roblox. And there's probably other events that's like to come because I'm not going to jump to conclusions and say like what name it is. Okay, see you later. But we just know one thing. We know Saturday night main event will be in May. Then they mentioned another one in July, and we don't know when the fourth and final one will be. Will it be like back in December or whatever the case may be? But I think they might have it like sometime in early, maybe early December or late December or something like that. But I think they'll figure it out. Maybe it probably will be in September. So we're just gonna get. You know what? I'm gonna put it down. Just guess. September. So we'll just put that there for when they have Saturday night's main event. So that's gonna be the guess. Um, Now with the like I said, there was rumor, they might have a ruthless aggression pay per view in Boston, a few days after Christmas, for maybe they saying it's gonna be John Cena's last match. So they had that scheduled, but they didn't confirm it yet. And of course, they'll be back in Peru, Australia, which could be maybe June's PLE. That's a possibility. That's why they didn't get full of. Okay, I gotta go back to that. So www.www. There we go. So let's go back to the schedule again. It could be that, or it could be a possibility they may have. Sorry guys. It could be possible that they may have a if they already having two pay per views in August, so most likely, they might have something big for October for Australia. So that's a possibility. Like I said, they got SummerSlam early August, then you got late August. The last day of August, you got Clash in Paris. So doing having a PLE on a Sunday, that's very rare, except for when they do like a 2 night event. Um, but yeah, they haven't mentioned Survivor Series yet, so maybe Survivor Series will be in Australia. You never know. Um, but I think somewhat of a fall pay per view is going to happen because it could be Backlash. We don't know yet because they didn't mention it, but it looks like half of the days in May is like, let's see, like half of the days in May, if you look at it, are almost full except for that May 3rd. So this got me thinking. Like if they do SmackDown in Australia and also wherever Backlash, maybe Backlash will be in Australia this year, and they'll just have you know so SmackDown here and like on the 25th of April probably will be end up being a double taping. That's a possibility. So good thing for you guys. Milwaukee did had like a double taping, before Crown Jewel, so that was fun. Um, so yeah, them having double taping, have SmackDown and have a, but they said they want to have all three of them in Australia. So if it's not going to be between here, then maybe it's sometime in the fall. So maybe they have like maybe October pay per view. Let's just say they have Hell in a Cell or Bad Blood in October. They could do that. So that's just a possibility. So yeah, the Australia one, yeah, I believe it's gonna be sometime in the fall. So let me just put that down. Oh yeah, let me like move this along. So I don't think Bad Blood would have happened here. So let's see. Let's close or us. So I'll just put that right there, in October and be either, Australia or it might be in Australia. So right now, that's the only thing that would make sense. I don't think they're gonna have, Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, but I don't know. There's like stuff that's between, after WrestleMania and late July. Right now, it's the unknown. But I'm pretty confident that Money in the Bank that's gonna be here in Milwaukee is gonna be July 4th weekend. So I am, at least confident about that. But so like I said, they have it part of the form have it available, so most likely that will be that. And plus, the Brewers are off that weekend, but I don't think they're gonna have have SmackDown July 4th, then have at the American Family Field the 5th. So then the 6th, have their NXT PLE, so that's possible. But or it may all three events may happen at the Fires of Farm, so it'll be big. So we'll see. So let's move on from that. And before I go, I'm gonna talk about Captain America: Brave New World month numbers. I might go see it again on Tuesday, but we'll see. So they said it made like 15 million in its third weekend, but I don't have the full total. Well, they haven't. Okay, here we go. Now, the money that you see right now, that's the total in the United States. They ain't got the whole total worldwide. So right now, and Friday, they made 3.6 million. Then Saturday made 7 million. Then Sunday 4.4 million. So the 3 day total will be 15 million, and the total in America for 3 weeks is 163.6 million. So letting y'all know these numbers are not worldwide; they're just mainly in the states. Let's say more things about it. Let me see something. Brave New World. Okay. Just wait for that to show up. Okay, I can move this back. And don't care about Rotten Tomatoes. Of course, a lot of things change. Let's go Wikipedia. So maybe they had of course, they said the budget was 180 million. Just seeing what they made so far. Oh, okay. That's the total so far. So 300. That's worldwide. 341.7 million. So I think they were saying they need what? What's 180? 180. That's 360 million. But they said they need $440 to break even. But if they make you know, and they almost there at 380 million. So it means like in the thing, they kind of like doubled their money. But I guess with advertisements and all that stuff, the theaters, taking half of what they make. So yeah, I would think it will. I think this movie probably gonna end up, breaking even. It's not gonna, maybe it'll get some money, make some money, but I don't know. And I think like the issue was, all the reshoots and stuff like that, and all that. So yeah, but yeah, I think they keep it on there all the way through maybe like the beginning of April. I think it will break even, at least make some money. So it was okay. It had grossed at 341% movie, becoming the third highest grossing film of 2025. So of course people got their mixed reviews and things like that. So whatever. I thought it was great, but yeah. But anyways, although it doesn't look like it, but I think it's like doing okay. But because I think certain people does go see it twice or three times or whatever. But I'm gonna try to see it this week, so we'll see. But anyways, guys, like I said, it was gonna be mostly about wrestling and a little bit comic book stuff. Um, but anyways, I thought it was gonna be like kind of short, but we're like a little bit over an hour, so just gonna end it from here. Um, I appreciate you guys been watching, and those of you that had stuck out on YouTube so far, and I know there's probably the rest of you probably had left. Um, like I said, please, you guys on Twitch, please, either if you're WFSO or WFSO2, please follow us on here, and we do like daily live content like almost every day, so make it interesting. But anyways, um, share the channel as well. So let people know, what we do here. We talk about, wrestling. We talk about Milwaukee Bucks. We talk about comic book movies and TV news, and we also talk about developments that's going on in Milwaukee. I did an earlier video about, what they think about the Mitchell Park domes that we have here. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Um, Lakers beat the Clippers again. Interesting. And I don't think we probably gonna talk about more than anything else. But anyways, please follow us on Twitch. Look for WFSO or look for WFSO2. You guys that's on YouTube who's still with us, I appreciate the likes and I appreciate that one subscribe. So the main goal right now is trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully we can get there by the end of the year. It'd be more appreciated. Also, we have over 2,500 videos and counting. So check them out. So there may be some interest in you that we do. Program note: um, the end of this month, we're gonna be. I think the last day is March 27th for the for wrestling talk. Then we are gonna do like some interviews, but prior to that month of April, I'm gonna do like friends and family. So if you get a chance, watch out for that. Also, on March 31st, it'll be the return of WFSO Top 10. So that will be back on March 31st. Um, Also, with WFSO exclusive, like I said, it's gonna be like this summer, new episodes and stuff like that is gonna return every Thursday. So I think most likely it will probably would be sometime in July when the new episodes start. So that's just a guess right now. Can't like totally confirm it yet, but yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be sometime July with the y'all can see like wrestling and stuff like that, in ring action, which will be like I said sometime in July, but we'll see. Um, like I said, you guys, keep supporting the channel. Like I said, our main goal is like to get to 1,000. If we get like more than 1,000 subscribers, that would be great. Um, but yeah, also check out the website wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com with like upcoming events in the Midwest. Also, photos and stuff we took, wrestling events and also at Bucks events. Um, Next Sunday, it may be a possibility that but I think that if I'm not going to Sunday's game, which probably not because which tickets with my son gonna be going. Um I'm gonna be going to Dave and Buster's to watch AEW Revolution. I thought about maybe ordering it, but they didn't set like an official price and to order it yet. And I know they can watch it on Amazon Prime and all that, but it depends on the cost. Like if it costs too much, then no, I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna order it. I'm just gonna go straight to Dave and Buster's and watch it there. So watching both, that and watching the Bucks game at the same time. So I'll probably be doing that. So if that happens, but I probably will let y'all know sometime this week. But if we're not gonna do aftermath next Sunday, it will be next Monday. So show will be just going to next Monday for a week. Then back to his regular day the week after. So, anyways, like I said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Until the next video. Like I said, it's possible I may do a live tomorrow during Raw, like a watch party. So that's possibly might happen, but we'll see. Um, like I said, I appreciate you guys. Please, keep supporting the channel. And you guys have a good one and see you later. Have a good night or a good day, everybody. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go.